Welcome to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. I am Dr. Bhaskar, Associate Professor of Political Science, working at Government City College, Autonomous, Nayapul, Hyderabad. Today I would like to explain about Friedrich Engel's theory of dialectics and theory of state. This topic is the part of both UG 5th semester and PG 1st semester. So, first of all I would like to explain about the early life of Hegel. Hegel is the famous political philosopher, belongs to Germany, and is very much famous with the two theories, theory of dialectics and theory of state. These two topics are the part of today's our discussion. Hegel was born in 27th August 1770 at Stuttgart, Germany, and he completed his childhood education in his own town. Later, he was educated at University of Tübingen, and he was very much influenced by the French Revolution. Students, you all should aware about the French Revolution, how French Revolution influenced the world, and also the slogan of French Revolution, liberty, equality and fraternity. So, Hegel very much influenced with French Revolution, and his academic career worked as a private tutor in Bern and Frankfurt. Later, he became as a professor in the university, and he worked as a professor in the three prestigious universities, University of Jena and University of Edinburgh and University of Berlin. Later, he became a leading professor in the Germany, and he has written many books, in which I would like to mention only few and famous writings of the Hegel: Phenomenology of Spirit, Science of Logic, in which Hegel explained about the dialectic logic, and Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences, Philosophy of Right, in which he explained about the family system, freedom, etc. Hegel constructed a complete philosophical system explaining about logic, history and the state as a stages in the realization of human freedom. Students must aware about the theory of dialectics and how this theory is related to the society, because political science comes under social sciences. Social sciences studying about the state. So, that is why students must aware about the theory of dialectics and how it is related to the society in which we are living. So, actually the dialectic theory is a method of understanding reality through contradiction, because contradictions, conflicts, differences are very common in the society since ancient period, medieval period and present modern period. The contradictions, conflicts, differences are very common between the people in the society. So, this theory is based on reality through contradiction. Reality is dynamic, it can change time by time and it can develop the time by time. Reality is rational, historical and progressive. This theory is based on progressive. Contradiction is not a problem according to Hegel. Actually, in true sense, contradiction is a conflict. It is like a negative form of word, but according to dialectic theory proposed by Hegel, contradiction is not a problem. It is the driving force of progress. It is the tool for the development in the society. It is the tool of progress through the conflict. So, dialectic theory, it is all about how ideas and societies evolved as the developmental societies. Actually, this theory is based on three words: thesis, antithesis and synthesis. So, dialectic theory is based on three words explained by the Hegel. Thesis means existing idea or condition or system prevail in the present society. So, based on the existing ideas, conditions and the contradictions, systems prevail in the present society, Hegel explained about the dialectic process. So, the first one is thesis, which is existing idea and condition and system. The second one is antithesis. The second word in this dialectic theory is antithesis. Antithesis means opposite or contradiction of the ideas in the society. This is opposite to the thesis, means contradictions. And the third one is synthesis, a higher unity that solves the contradictions. Thesis is the via media problem solution to thesis and antithesis. So, this is a development, means the development is a continuous process. It is not limited to a particular period or a particular section of time. Since 1940, means since ancient period, the society evolves and develops as an today. The Hegel's famous idea is reason governs the world. ప్రపంచాన్ని తర్కబుద్ధి పరిపాలిస్తుంది. This is the famous idea of Hegel to develop and to support this dialectic process. We have so many examples for both thesis, antithesis and synthesis. For example, feudal monarchy, which was witnessed in the ancient or medieval period, that Hegel, according to Hegel's philosophy, we can compare this feudal monarchy as thesis, particularly in the France country before its revolution, famous revolution, which was concluded in the year of 1789. So, feudal monarchy, the French society faced the autocratic and dictatorship attitude of the monarchy in the feudal monarchy in the France. Later they started a revolution called French Revolution, which was concluded in the year of 1789. The French Revolution changed the world and the society. After the successful completion of French Revolution, many people started revolutions against their monarchies, feudal monarchies, kings. Ultimately, many countries come out from the monarchies and kingships. Later they established a good form of government, a modern form of government called democracy. So, French Revolution as a slogan, just now I explained, liberty, equality, fraternity. Ultimately they succeeded and French become as a democratic country. That is, we can compare this as antithesis. And the third one is modern constitutional state. We all know that French become as, after its successful completion of revolution, it become as they adopted their own constitution. So that we can compare it as synthesis. In the societies in all over the world, in the ancient and medieval period, there were so many superstitions and social evils that affected badly to the society. So we can compare these social evils and bad practices in the society as synthesis, and people started, or leaders started, educated leaders started, social reformists started so many movements. That movements we called them as antithesis, and later the synthesis means the solution of that social revolutions, abolition of social evils, abolition of bad practices in the society. So that is why the dialectic system or theory is very much related to the society. To face the contradictions in the present society, this theory is applicable. So that is what Hegel proposed this theory, and he became as a very familiar political thinker related to the dialectic theory. Later, many political thinkers borrowed this concept and developed further this theory, like Karl Marx. So the synthesis does not destroy the previous stage completely in the society. This synthesis, this method of synthesis can change the demerits in the society and protect the merits in the society. That is why synthesis does not destroy the old system completely. It can edit, it can remove the social evils and demerits in the society. It preserves what is rational and overcomes what is irrational. So synthesis is a solution to remove the irrational things or bad practices in the society. This process continues endlessly as long as the society will continues, as Hegel explained. Since the ancient period, the society was evolved, changed, developed, and it can change the scenario in the society. Dialectics as movement of spirit, that is called Geist. Hegel calls ultimate reality Geist or spirit or mind. The spirit evolves through consciousness and self-consciousness in the society, because the consciousness, self-consciousness among the people are very much important. Then only they can change, they can develop, and they can amend the social evils and bad practices in the society. That is why every citizen or every responsible citizen must develop the consciousness and self-consciousness and about or absolute knowledge among the people related to the political system, society, government, lawmaking, executive, judiciary, like that, without which it is very difficult to become a responsible citizen and the state as a modern or a model state. History is not a random, as Hegel says that history is the rational development of freedom. He studied the human history. He go through the human history since ancient period. So that tells us the rational development of freedom, because freedom is not a product of the modern era or it is not a product of one sacrifice or one moment. People in all over the world fought against the freedom. So, today they are enjoying the whole freedom. Then master slave dialectic, we can compare dialectic method with master and slave, because slavery system was very common in the ancient and medieval period in all over the world. Master is the head of the family or head of the business establishment. Slave works in the hands of the master to help in the business and family affairs. Particularly in the western countries, slavery system is very common. From phenomenology of spirit, that is gist, to self consciousness beings or human beings struggle for recognition, because recognition is the most important for every citizen irrespective of their caste, religion or economic strength. Here in this slavery system, both master and slave are being struggle for recognition. Ultimately, the master dominates the slaves, because masters are haves, slaves are have nots. In all the three human societies, ancient period and medieval period and modern period, all these three ages, haves are dominating the society. In the same way, in the slaves system, master dominates the slave. Slave gains self awareness through labor, because labor is the eligibility of the slaves. Through labor, they would like to gain or achieve the self awareness amongst the society, amongst the themselves. So, with this the key insight of this master and slave dialectic method is recognition is essential for freedom. Those who recognized in the society, they only can enjoy the freedom. In the modern era, the highest means the constitutions of modern states are providing rights to the people. Particularly the citizens of the country can enjoy the freedom, liberty or whatever it may be, the fundamental rights or other rights provided by the modern governments. So, that is what recognition in the state, recognition in the society is essential to enjoy the freedom, because freedom is the most important political concept. Freedom is nothing but liberty, without which the person is unable to develop. So, that is why recognition is important for freedom. Then dialectics and history. History relates to progressive realization of freedom, how freedom evolves over a period of time. History tells very clear who enjoyed the freedom in which period. In the ancient world, one person, means only one person enjoyed the freedom. Those were called as kings, because kingship is the oldest form of government. In the ancient period, kings means one person, king is the one person, all powers vested with him. So, that is why he enjoyed absolute powers, unlimited powers and control over the people of the state. So, that is why he only enjoys the real freedom. In the Greek and Roman world, some enjoyed the freedom or few persons enjoyed the freedom, because aristocracy, oligarchy, according to Aristotle, these two governments, aristocracy and oligarchy, are the government by few people, government by few people. So, that is why those who are in the government or in the ruling, they enjoyed the freedom. In the modern world, in the present modern world, all are free in practice, because In the modern era, almost all modern countries adopted their own constitutions. Moreover, all are equal before the law. For example, in Indian Constitution, Article 14 says that all are equal before the law and equal protection by the law. That is why all people are free according to UNO Charter and according to United Nations Human Rights Declaration. All people are equal and free by birth. So, that is why the modern people are free irrespective of anything. All people can enjoy the freedom, liberty and rights. Freedom becomes universal in the modern era. Just now I explained. All modern countries can provide freedom, liberty, rights, etc. to the people. So, then the second theory of today's our topic is theory of the state. I think all the students aware about the state. State is the most important political institution. Political science studies about political institutions. In political institutions, state is the most important political institution because it has a unique feature, that is sovereignty. Because of sovereign future, state become as most powerful or most important political institution in the modern era. As the father of political science Aristotle said that man is a political animal. Every citizen in the world must living in a particular society. So, according to that, citizenship is must and inevitably and mandatory to the citizens. So, that is why every modern citizen is belongs to a particular state. Then only the people can develop, then only people can enjoy, then only the people achieve something in their life. So, that is the importance of state. Many political thinkers expressed their opinion on state, how state is origin. In the political science discuss about, debated about the origin of state, how state is origin. In this way, Hegel also expressed his opinion on state. Basically, Hegel is an idealistic political philosopher, belongs to Germany. The idealistic theory explain about the state's position, because in the idealistic theory state is the end, and people are the citizens are the means. State is the end, state is the aim, state is the objective. So, according to idealistic theory, state is ultimate. People can obey, people can respect, citizens can loyal to the state, then only they will protect their lives and they will enjoy the rights. So, according to Hegel's theory, state actually of a ethical idea. Since ancient period, the state is embodiment of Gist. Just now I told this as a spirit or mind of God or the universal mind. So, natural growth of state from family to civil society to state, because family is the basic source or foundation of the state. Many families converted as civil society later. In the evolution process, civil societies converted as states. So, according to this, the state is the natural growth from family to civil society to the state. The state was the representative of the divine idea or divine purpose, as Hegel explained, and he used divine idea. Actually, divine origin theory is one of the ancient theory and unscientific theory also. Those who are believe in the God, they believe this divine origin theory. So, divine origin theory is the ancient and oldest theory in the origin of state. According to divine origin theory, state is the product of God. God creates the state. King, the ruler on the earth, is the agent to the God. People always obey, respect the God. So, that idea also Hegel supported. He regarded the state as essentially a product of divine origin. Just now I explained. According to this concept, God create the society, because God, people in the ancient period believes that God gives the birth to them. In the same way, state is the product of God, created by the God, the creator of this universe, a product of a long process of evolution, because the society evolves over a period of time. So, Hegel's famous statement on the state, this statement is very much famous. The state is the march of the God on the earth, supported and proposed by the divine origin theory. The state is a God in human history. To Hegel, what is rational is real and what is real is rational. So, according to him, the state is perfect, rational, and therefore it was perfectly real. Then individuals and the state, what is the relation between individuals and the state? Hegel rejected extreme individual. In the individualism, individual is the end, but according to Hegel's theory, state is the end. Freedom is not doing what I want, means one person wants. True freedom, participation in rational institutions. Rational institutions include state, organs of state. Those who are participating in the government affairs, they will enjoy the freedom. The individuals find fulfillment in the state alone. Hegel rejected the idea of social contract theory. Social contract theory proposed by Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau. So, Hegel rejected this idea. The life of men in the state of nature based on the social contract theory was marked by injustice and violation, because the haves enjoyed or might become as right in the state of nature. An individual finds fulfillment in the state alone. So, I would like to conclude this discussion by Hegel. Reality is rational and historical. In the introduction, I explained conflict produces progress. Actually, conflict is a negative form of government, but according to Hegel's dialectic theory, conflict is not a end. Conflict ultimately leads to a solution, a change. State embodies ethical life. Hegel remains central to political theory, not only in the European and in the Western political theory. Thank you. Thank you very much.